And if you can't deliver, then go be a discount broker and try to hide your commission and try to hide your fees. You won't be in business too long. This is Byron and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 143 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
Hopefully our audio is up and working this week. I think we've taken all the precautions here, Sam. Am I correct?
I can actually look. You know what I'm loving though. So I'm sure if you guys are watching us, you've noticed probably for the last,
Watching,
I don't know.
Not listening.
Yeah, maybe like 8 months, maybe not so many, 6 months. We're in a completely different studio.
Jeez.
I kind of miss our old studio.
Okay. Well, it's not coming back.
I know it's not, but we now can actually, I can see our
We're going to do some monitor
again.
shifting. 142 episodes. Never
And
had
we
an
still
audio
haven't
fail. We
perfected it.
did.
Ooh, you know what was 3 years ago yesterday? It popped up
What?
on my Facebook was when I had the speaker.
And it fell apart.
Yeah.
It was a microphone, but yeah.
Oh, that's,
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. If you're new to The Real Word, we do 2 rackets and a marketeer of the week, and 2 rackets, 2 segments, 2 topics where we pick them apart, say if they are a racket or not. Our first one up today is an Inman article. This is by Luke Babich. I'm going to go with that.
Inman's like turning into Zillow. Like someone needs to like compete with them. We need
they've always been, kind of the go-to there for the news. And here's the first one. Here are the hidden costs of home selling you should disclose to clients. Let's go through their list, Nicole.
Yes.
And they're calling it net sheet items. A typical seller's net sheet includes the following items: commissions for listing and buyer agents. They have a typical.
They actually put a percentage on there. That was ballsy.
But anyways, you want to absolutely clarify to your seller, I'm taking X amount of as the broker, as the listing broker on the commission, and this how much of the commission I'm offering to buyer brokers. You want to fully explain that to your sellers. They have title insurance here, escrow charges, home warranty if provided, closing costs paid for by the buyer. Obviously, that's something you're going to negotiate after the fact. Transfer taxes and recording fees. We call them conveyance tax here.
In Connecticut.
Connecticut. Mortgage payoff for all mortgages against the property. One thing that we have in Connecticut is attorneys. So there's attorney fees associated with the closing. And I think here's why this article was written. Many home sellers think their selling price equals the money they'll take away from the sale. To avoid drama and hard feelings, agents shouldn't assume that sellers know the hidden costs of selling a home. I got to tell you, Nicole, I've talked to numerous homeowners who had their home listed previously, signed a listing contract, didn't read it, trusted the agent,
of course,
and came to find out later, I have to pay state and town conveyance tax. I do need an attorney. Maybe they sold in the previous state, wasn't an attorney state. How does the commission actually work? Because it wasn't explained to them thoroughly up front. It was just sign here, sign here, sign here. How many times do people sign listing agreements? And hopefully, if you're listening to this or watching, you're not one of these agents. How many times do people sign listing agreements when the client, the seller, has never even read the contract? They never emailed it to them before the meeting. They didn't leave a copy of it with them to review before they actually sign. They just came and just kind of did the pressure move, sign here, sign here, sign here. How often does that happen?
I bet you it happens more often.
All the time.
Yeah. I think what's also important though to mention here, and it does sort of go into that in this article, there are so many expenses even before you even get to the point of signing the forms.
Not that involve us.
Well, no, but I mean, I think that they need to know, like, to get their home ready, there's going to be expenses,
Yeah,
but also after the sale too, because it talks about moving costs and all that too. So, but no, I mean, I'm certain that there are, unfortunately, in lots of situations, I guarantee you probably 50, maybe 60% of those agents that are just saying sign here, sign here, sign here, probably don't even know the additional costs that are associated with selling a property either. Like they may not even know about the conveyance or about what an attorney actually costs.
I think we can link it up. We can definitely flash it on the screen right now. We, One & Company at William Ravis, our team here in Connecticut, we give every single seller a net sheet. So let's link that up if we can. I don't know if we can, but
why wouldn't you be able to?
Well, it's a PDF that's in our listing package. I'm sure we can find a way.
We could turn it into a photo, just screenshot it. I mean,
well, a link, so we can do some kind of link. We'll definitely display it here if you're watching. But I would advise you, if you do not have a net sheet as part of your listing package, as part of your listing presentation, as part of the deliverables that you give to the client when signing the contract and actually go through that with them, I'd encourage you to do that. Exactly where is the commission going? How does it get divvied up? What is the state and town conveyance tax or transfer tax maybe in your market, whatever it's called? What is that number? I know here in Connecticut, we have some towns that are a little bit higher, 0.25% higher than other towns.
Well, and it gets based on price point too.
Vanessa, who writes all of our blog content, she's written a blog for every single town, the conveyance tax. It gets updated every single year. That's another piece everybody should be using in their blogs. But explain all of this to them up front, because if you're going against two other agents, you're going to stand out as the transparent one. You're going to stand out as the trustworthy knowledge broker who walked them through the process and was upfront about all the fees. Hey, listen, when we go to a listing appointment, we're likely the highest ask for commission. I am more than comfortable providing that information up front before we sign, even before I go, because I know everything that we deliver. Right. And I'm also comfortable saying, hey, yeah, we're at this % for commission and we have this fee. Like, I'm not afraid of losing the listing because we're delivering over and over and over again for all of our sellers. And if you can't deliver, then yeah, go be a discount broker and try to hide your commission and try to hide your fees. You won't be in business too long.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Nicole? Disclose.
I think this is not a racket at all.
No, not at all. I mean, I think that this is probably wildly more important than, what did we talk about 2 weeks ago? The whole disclosure of referral
fees.
Yeah, referral fees. I mean, I think that that
opened up quite a conversation on like IG when I posted that and a couple other places where there was a lot of agents saying, I don't think I should have to disclose this.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting topic, and I don't mean to go back to it, but I think that if anything, for a seller in this situation, letting them know exactly what they're going to be up against when they are getting to the closing table is going to just take a lot of, I think, angst off of you during the process. Because, man, you're negotiating home inspection items, and all of a sudden they find out about the conveyance. I mean, what are we doing?
I'm going to just say which episode you can go back to find that. I think it is.
It wasn't that long ago. It was just a couple weeks ago.
It's episode 139. So if you want to go back and check out, should agents disclose referral fees, go check out episode 139.
But I do think that this is an important topic. And hopefully, my faith is in agents that they are giving a net sheet.
Yes, I would agree. All right. Racket number 2. This is Realtor Mag.
Yes. And it's not from me. I walked in this morning. He's like, it's I'm surprised his computer even opened up to the page.
Well, Inman's got their big event going, Inman Connect today, which seems like they're doing that every other week. And
I feel like we already did that. Didn't we already do that? Didn't we talk about it?
There's been a lot of them.
Well, I guess when it's virtual, I mean, you keep hitting it up, going, right?
So that was kind of taking over all their content today. But on Realtor Mag, Airbnb. Buyers use rentals to test new neighborhoods. Prospective home buyers are using short-term rentals as an opportunity to test out neighborhoods and cities before committing to a full relocation, according to data from Airbnb. Listen, we're one of those winning markets here in Connecticut on the shoreline, in our rural towns, in our shoreline towns, where we've seen this influx of New Yorkers wanting to escape. New York City is obviously the most impacted from COVID, people migrating out for a variety of reasons. And a lot of these, a large number of these leads and buyers that we've spoken to have literally never spent any time in. Some of them have, and a lot of them have.
I think
but there's a lot of
I
them
do
that
think
haven't.
it's either one or the other. I think that people are moving here because their best friend lives here.
Yep, there's that.
I think I've had 2 people move in from New York City, and they picked our town because their best friend lives here.
Yep,
like they didn't look at any other town. They didn't want to look at any other town.
But there's a lot of them who are home shopping.
Yes.
And just saying, and then they're calling. I had this call recently. I got to share this call. It was just mind blowing to me over the weekend.
Oh boy, you got a little peacocky with it though, like a little angry.
Because it is such a ridiculous question.
Well,
the way it was framed,
maybe,
and why I had to like.
But maybe, like you could have rounded your edges a little.
Maybe, but you weren't on the call, so I had very round edges, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's the thing: I had a call this weekend on a new listing that we put up, and it's in a particular town in Connecticut, very rural town. A New Yorker called, and she said we had a long conversation. It was a 25-minute conversation. And in the second half of that conversation, she says, from your perspective, would this be the right town for me? Would I like this town? This is someone who's never even been in the county, never physically visited the county that we were discussing here in Connecticut, let alone the town. I said, listen, the last thing I can do is answer that question for you. You should really start to learn these locations. If you want to buy real estate out here in Connecticut, you're not going to buy the best house just because you're drawn to the house. You got to understand the area. Come out here, take a visit. This, going and doing an Airbnb for a weekend and being able to, instead of just driving out and having to drive back, no place to stay, this gives you the ability to get into the coffee shops, go down into the town, drive around, meet a few people.
Well, and not just in that one town that you're in. I mean, obviously,
go to the other towns.
Some of the cities that they're talking about are a little bit larger, but I mean, our towns, like you can pretty much get to a decent handful of towns.
I got to tell you,
within 10 to 15 minutes.
When I hear a question that is so...
well, everybody
it comes
knows
with so little thought.
It's so funny. So I feel like maybe last year, almost the same week, we talked about throwaway questions.
That was a throwaway question. Meaning,
we talked about this. I remember I asked you if you were ready for Halloween. If you picked out your outfit.
Oh yeah.
That was you're like, that was a throwaway. So this was sort of a throwaway question.
It was so unthoughtful. It was such a bad question that my radar went up. And I'm like, is this somebody trying to, we talked about the Newsday investigation.
She could have just been looking for some guidance.
Is she trying to get me? Is she trying to get me to steer her in a location because she's undercover? Like the question was so bad that my radar went up, and I'm like, this is very odd of a question. It's a very odd question.
Well, maybe you should have just offered her out some, hey, give me your email. I'll send you out some links. I send out town links.
I said to her, listen, I'm happy to do a virtual tour, a physical tour of the property. My recommendation to you before you do any of that is start with researching the towns.
Yeah.
This would have been a great, examples. Hey, go do some Airbnb. Airbnb guests are booking longer stays of 2 weeks or more in small and mid-sized cities with access to natural surroundings and wide open spaces. Some of the popular cities for Airbnb rentals are Park City.
I'm sure these were probably popular before.
Steamboat Springs, Durham,
Park City. I mean,
Santa Fe, Boise, Idaho, Richmond, Greenville, South Carolina, Indianapolis, and Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Those are just examples. But hey, I think this is listen.
It's brilliant. Why not?
Would you ever buy somewhere? Like, would you call somebody up in Colorado and be like, love the house? Do you think I'd love the town that you've never met? That knows nothing about you?
I mean, I live in the same house that I have since I was 2. So I don't think that I wouldn't even, no way. Are you kidding me? I can't even leave my own town. That's how comfortable I feel here.
This is not a racket. Consumers calling agents they've never met in towns they've never stepped foot in, asking if they would like the town. That is an all-time racket.
That is a little bit of a racket. But I'm really happy to see, because again, back at the beginning of the pandemic, between Uber and Airbnb, it was like shut down. And now Airbnb is, it's really becoming a vital resource for consumers. So again, I think that if you're in the right spot, keep buying them and keep Airbnb them out. Why not?
Yeah, because it's different than staying in a hotel to get to know the area. If you're shopping for single family homes, now you're staying in a single family home. You can actually put yourself in that moment of what it would be like to live here, pull into a garage, be a member of the community.
Wow.
Do it all.
You're really getting kind of like, you're moving this morning.
I like it. All right. Marketeer of the week. The marketeer is not a specific agent or agency, but it is a particular topic from Craig Rowe, staff writer at Inman, under their marketing section. We'll link it up as we link up all of the articles. Steal these 9 chic promotional gifts for better branding. Okay, let's go through the list.
You're laying it on thick with branding this year. You're wanting to.
It's all about branding.
Yeah.
And branding stuff.
I
got some notepads. Nobody knows I got these notepads.
What do you have, like a secret stash?
Yeah, they're at the house.
At what house?
My house.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
What are you hiding them under your mattress?
Yeah,
what kind of notepad?
One in company notepads.
I know, but like the front cover
Front
or
cover.
like each page?
Branded.
Like what are you doing with the notepad?
No, we're going to give them to everybody.
Oh my Lord. What did everybody wear? On the team?
Everyone on the team.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then why would I know about it? Is it supposed to be a gift? Are you, what's going,
just-
now everybody knows.
Cat's out of the
Hello,
bag.
One and Company. You're getting notepads.
Let's see how many people actually watch our
They
podcast.
don't watch. I don't even watch it. Are you kidding me?
All right. Number 1, double-walled aluminum mugs or bottles. So this is like that.
The Yeti.
The
I
Yeti.
mean, brilliant. Everybody wants a Yeti. And
Yeah.
I think in this situation, it probably is worthwhile for you to spend the extra $10 to go for the Yeti.
And then have that branded.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
No one's going to walk around with like a knockoff Yeti.
That's going to be a powerful gift. Those Yetis aren't cheap, I don't think.
Well, but $25 and you get a little thing. But maybe if you're buying them in a mass quantity.
Portable chargers and batteries. You know, this one's good because everybody needs the charger and the portable one. But because of the way they're always changing everything all the time, it will get outdated probably within a year.
Well,
or
but if you just
break.
need a new cord, I mean, you're just getting you're getting a box. You can always update the cord.
These Mofis, my Mofi just broke after letting you borrow it for a couple
I didn't break
weeks.
it. I used
It is
it
no
once.
longer
I used it
working.
once. My problem is that I don't ever charge the battery that needs to then charge my phone.
Yeah.
So my phone is dead. The battery is dead.
I tried to charge my Mofi. It won't take a charge anymore. The last one that used it extensively was you.
Well, I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it happened. Sounds like. All right. Beer growlers. I don't get this. Maybe, Sam, do you know about the beer growler? Do you keep the bottle and then you go fill it up?
Yes.
And it's like a milk jug. You go and you had your milk back in the day and you fill it up?
Yes. That's what you do. You take your growler and you refill your growler.
All right. So do you fill up a growler? Do you store a growler? No, Sam doesn't do this.
I have growlers.
I just knew Sam would know. You have growlers that you go and fill up somewhere?
Well, I would. When I have parties, I fill them up. Like I save them, and then if I have a party, I get the growler filled up instead of like a bunch of cans and stuff. Although I'm like a keg girl. Like let's just get a keg. Like let's not run out.
So there's this account on TikTok. If anybody knows, I don't know the name. You could put it in the comments if you know the name. There's these, or I think it's one guy and he's switching back and forth from each scene where he acts like the
American and then the Italian.
No, he acts like the IPA guy, and he'll be like to his buddy, he'll be like, "Hey, checked out this really sweet IPA, dude, over the weekend. Like, it tastes like pennies, bro."
Pennies?
And the other guy's like, takes a big sip. He's like, "Whoa, man, this IPA is killer, dude." Like, just that IPA like culture. It's hilarious.
I can't even.
It's hilarious.
Was that hour 3 in your TikTok?
Oh my
TikTok
goodness.
hole?
I mean,
how do you even
if you stumble
get
across
there?
it?
Oh my God.
You are lucky if you stumble
I've watched
across
the Italian dad versus the American dad one. Have you ever watched that?
I have seen that one.
Screen
I've seen that one. Yeah.
That one's funny.
It's like that. It's
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
same guy doing two different things or whatever. Okay. Beer growlers, sure. You got to know that the person likes beer, I guess.
Right.
Anyways, 4 Wi-Fi smart
Well, these
plug.
aren't necessarily gifts. These are like
these are gifts.
promotional. Like if you have an event, people are
Oh, okay.
grabbing them.
Could be
it's
either
more
or.
of a promotional thing. Yeah.
Well, this would be a gift. Wi-Fi smart plug.
Yeah. Well, but did you read the header? It said promotional items.
Promotional gifts.
Gifts.
Promotional gift, not items. Gifts.
Okay.
All right.
Fine. No, they're still promotional. This
These
is
are
promotional.
gifts.
These aren't like closing gifts.
They could be closing gifts. Any of these. I think the Yeti cup would be such a ridiculous closing gift.
I mean, it would be insane.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on, because we're on number 4 here. Number 5. Let's go right to number 5.
And people would use that. I mean, you want to give, like, I don't want to give people a phone charger because, like, my son would take it and then, like, now it's under his bed, you know?
Right.
Where, like, a Yeti, like, that, there's nobody that wouldn't use it.
Well, my daughter, who's 3.5, she raves about her Yeti cup. Like,
Yeah.
you try to give her another cup, she's like, "Oh, I have a
Right.
Yeti cup." We're like, "Don't say that out loud."
My daughter
Makes you
uses
sound really
my
snobby.
Yeti cup for paints. I'm like, you pick the most
Yikes.
expensive cup to put your paint like brushes in.
All right, number 5, custom Patagonia apparel.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Is that a big deal, Patagonia? Seems like a big deal.
Oh, Lordy.
All
That's funny.
So I guess a nice bag. Who wouldn't want a nice bag?
Those are expensive too.
Neck gaiters or buffs. I wouldn't recommend giving somebody a mask with your team or brokerage brand on it, but maybe for you to wear going out in public, that would be smart. Yeah.
Right. Although I feel like I'm always like my kids, like I'm about to drop them off at school and they're like, I forgot my mask. So maybe it's not a bad thing to have like a backup, you know, like I would use it as a backup if I have
kids
it.
for school, maybe you supply all the teachers
with backups.
With branded masks.
Ooh, so then the teachers are giving them to the kids.
No, so the teachers are just walking around the school like a walking billboard with all these One & Company masks.
Ooh, you can like sponsor a teacher.
Yeah. And then that could be good. Hey, public schools, you could raise some money getting sponsorships. Anyways, number 7, Bluetooth speaker.
That's a good one.
Really don't even know what that is, but.
I'm sorry.
Oh, one of those little.
Oh, Lord. Patagonia, Bluetooth. I mean, maybe we should end while we're ahead.
Not only do I like this, I need one of these for the golf course. Okay. Number 8, reusable grocery bags. We have those.
We have those, yeah.
Those are good. Yep. Those are great, actually. Those are fantastic. People love those. And number 9, the Matador pocket blankets. I haven't heard of this. Matador.
I haven't either.
A pocket blanket.
I don't know. Could be
goes
deployed
into
at the
your pocket.
beach, park, car trunk, on a picnic.
Who the heck would walk around with a blanket in their pocket?
Well, I wouldn't, but I do have a blanket in my car at all times.
Yeah, if you got the extra money to brand some stuff, this is like like when you're building your company, your team, your personal brand, whatever you're doing, this would be so like the last thing you spend your money on. But if you've got a little bit of that extra money, and
I would definitely spend it on a Yeti over pens.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who's using the pens? Like we're using the pens in the office.
I agree.
Ridiculous.
I like the Yeti. That's a great one because whether you're filling it up with booze or coffee, there's a use for everybody, or water. Could be anything.
Or your paintbrushes.
All right, love to hear from you guys in the comments. Certainly.
Ooh,
any topics, any marketeers we'd love
or
to hear
even
from.
just like maybe there's other promotional gifts that you guys are using that you're finding to be wildly popular.
Glenda Baker down in Atlanta. Glenda did a call with our team. She does, for everybody that leaves a 5-star review on Zillow, she gives them a 5-star Glenda Baker towel. It's got 5 stars on it, beach towel, thanking them for the 5-star review. And she does all kinds. I mean, if you guys don't know.
All that's on it is 5 stars, or is her name on it?
No, 5 stars and then her brand.
Okay.
But it's like 5 stars at the top and then like the whole brand. She calls it her 5-star beach towel.
Where is she located? She's located on the beach.
She's in Atlanta, so there's not a beach in Atlanta. But
So I wonder why she went with the beach towel.
Well, they have pools.
Okay.
They have pools there.
Okay.
So, and people probably will take
Need
a trip
towels
out of Atlanta to go to the beach.
And they'll take a towel with them. Like, do you pack a towel?
When I go to the beach?
Yeah, I don't think I bring. No. Like, when you fly to Florida, do you bring beach towels with you?
I have a place with towels in it, but if I didn't have a place with towels, I would bring a towel.
You would?
If I was planning on going to the beach, what am I going to go lay on the sand like a freak?
No, but usually like the places supply beach towels.
The public beach would supply beach towels?
Well, but where you're staying. It's not like you're just landing and like you're just not landing on the beach.
All right. Anyways, we went completely off the rails there. The fact of the matter is, yes, if you're giving a gift to your clients and you have the money to brand it, I think that's absolutely best case scenario. If it's going to be something like a beach towel or a Yeti cup that they're going to use over and over and over again, and other people are going to see. All right. If you've got any marketeers of the week, please in the comments. Love to hear from you. Audio, good. Check. Double check, triple check. We doubled and tripled all the way through.
All the way through.
That's it for today. Keep it real, guys.